Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Today we're going to do a review and let's play for Exa, the Infinite Instrument VR, a game on the Steam store for every headset. It normally retails for $15, and I actually bought it for that same price during the Steam Lunar New Year sale 2020. This game had just come out of early access and it had lots of positive reviews. I have played similar games in VR to this one before, and this is like the OG, the original one. And it had lots of positive reviews. So I wanted to check it out, see what it had, see if it was better or worse than the previous ones I played. And the final verdict is that it's just as good as the previous ones that I played. I'm not sure it's better. In some ways it's better, in some ways it's worse. Doing a full review for this would take a very long time just because there's so much to this app. And I don't want to make a very long video, so excuse me. I'll just mention some of the things that I observed. There is so much here, so many options. That's probably the best thing about this game. There's included in-game sounds. There's very many different sounds you can choose from. You can also import your own sounds, which is pretty cool. There's different types of instrument, different tools you can use. Probably the worst thing about this game is the locomotion. So there is teleportation. I found the teleportation difficult to use because I can't always make it face the way that I want to. And sometimes it just loses the teleportation. So what I do is I point up to the ceiling, then go back down to the floor. When I lose the teleport, it can't find it. There is also slide locomotion, but I don't recommend it, especially on Windows Mixed Reality, which I'm currently on. I'm playing seated currently, in case you're wondering. And this is the standard layout, the default layout. You can change the layout really easily. And also included is the Steam Workshop. The Steam Workshop has lots of different items that you can download. And I highly suggest you test that out, play around with it, see what other people have done just to give you inspiration and show you some of the things that you can do with this app. Probably the most basic thing to show off is the way that you strike the instrument. So pretty basic. And you can see the different colors show up around you. So pretty cool, right? The length of the note depends on various factors, the velocity that you hit it at, the angle, and another factor is whether you're hitting trigger. So this is me without hitting trigger. Now I hit trigger. See, it was a lot shorter than the first time. Now if I hit trigger, then let it go, it's going to be even shorter. You can move stuff around. You can also delete items. By default, though, you cannot... You see how you cannot grab the items? The funny thing is you can grab single items by themselves. I think that's weird. I don't know why they do that. So if you want to change that, and I highly suggest you do, go to options. See how it says lock, and I'm sorry, this thing's in the way. See how it says lock group position and lock item position? I think it should be the reverse. So now you can move the whole group, but you can't move just one item, which is the way I prefer. I don't know why it's the opposite way. The opposite way doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but whatever. And you can change the sound. So let's say we want to change the sound. So all we do is take away this and go to selection. Select all items within group. Then go to audio. And you can see by default it's bright piano. Let's say we don't want that at all. We want a dark piano. Let's say, you know what, that wasn't really a big difference. Okay. No problem. Rock piano, that should sound very different. Let's say, you know what, that's still not big enough of a difference for me. Let's go synth then. And as you can see, there's lots of different options. Hey. Okay, so yeah, lots of different stuff you can do. Some crazy stuff also, right? You can also change the the notes. Let's say, you know what, I want it to sound higher, so you go 1 octave higher. 1 octave higher. 1 octave higher. Pretty cool, huh? You can also change the grid, the intervals. Ooh, chromatic. Pentatonic. The minor. Okay, so yeah, pretty cool. Now, to be honest with you, I don't really like this instrument. So what we're going to do, select all items within group, then we're going to delete. There we go. One of the coolest things about this app is just the amount of stuff in the Steam Workshop. So I'm going to select one of the things from the Steam Workshop. So you go to menu. So you just hit the menu button. And you go to layouts. And you go to discover. And then you can check out all the different stuff. So this is probably one of the cool ones. The Exa Show Circle Style. Let's check it out. And I've already downloaded it. It's reading it. And let's load layout. Pretty cool, huh? So if you just want to play around with it, you can. But another cool thing you can do is, let's say you don't have much musical talent like myself, you can actually just watch someone else's work. So this is the easiest way to create a work. You see how they're not looped? And they just put everything in one bar. So this is probably the easiest way to make a composition. It's not to have it loop. So you see this instrument just came up once. This dum, and we never hear from it again. You see how now it's a different one? You can make it more complex with a sequencer. With a sequencer, you can actually make some of them loop. You can make it come up at different times. This is a very, very simple way of doing it, which is just to put it in one. Let me show you. So we go to home. We go to create. No, not create. Oh, actually we do. This is a section, but we don't actually want to do that. Actually that's two things. Let's summon a loop recorder. So that's a loop recorder. That's each single one. Okay, and then home, create a section, and that's actually a section there. And there's just different loops that you or different. It says loop recorder, but you don't actually have to have it loop. You can just have it play once, and you just add it to the section. This is what they did here. So these are all different sections, and they're very easy to add. The sequencer is a little bit more complicated. I'm not going to show that off, but it's not that complicated. You just manually select it. So that was pretty cool, right? But let's go ahead and go back to the default layout and load default. Okay, so we're back to the default. And let me show off the different tools. So actually, before I do that, I thought I got rid of this, right? No worries. Actions, select all items within group. And then, very easily, delete again. Bye-bye. So, another cool thing about the Steam Workshop is you can go to Home. You can go to Bundles. And Discover. And the 60-key piano is something that I like to play around with. So, actually, let me move this thing around because it's probably going to get in the way. So, the only thing I have to worry about is me getting in the way. Okay. So, I'm going to start off with a piano. So, again, we have the loop recorder here. We can just going to record. if you thought that I was just randomly hitting the piano keys without any thought, you're absolutely correct. I was not. And you can see since the notes here are black and white, it's black and white over there. I don't like that, but okay, whatever. So we're not going to have it loop. We're just going to have it play once. So we're going to stop the loop. And we don't like the metronome. At least I don't. It drives me crazy. Okay. So that's cool, right? Let me show some of the other tools before I start playing anything else. So you have different tools you can use. The draw tool lets you draw whatever you want. So I'm going to draw a triangle, and then I can play it. You could also change the sound just like I showed earlier, but I'm just going to delete it. So very easy to delete. Just select it. And then you go to selection, and then you just go delete. You can draw any shape you want, square, circle, whatever you want. You can put it wherever you want, change the sound, lots of different options to do that. I didn't find the grab tool very useful. You can use it to grab stuff, but you can just use the grab button just on any tool. So see, you don't actually need it to grab stuff. Oh. See, there you go. I changed it without using the grab tool. I don't have the grab tool. So you can also choose none. I don't know why you do that, but whatever. And probably one of the more interesting ones is the bow. So you see, just a regular strike was the regular tool. It only really works on that, though. It doesn't really work on this. See? Okay. Now, there's the mute tool, too. So, probably the best use for the mute tool is to put it on the same. So, you hit it like this. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. The proximity tool is pretty similar. So it's like almost having the mute tool and the hit tool and the normal strike tool all in one. So that's the proximity. It's probably best used over here if you want to make really quick sounds. I might do that, but let's go ahead and do more recording. So we did one. Let's go ahead and choose here. But you know what? I don't like, well, yeah, no, I want to change the sound. I don't like this. So again, pretty simple. You just select. And again, they make this a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Selection here. Select. Come on. Select. Select all items within group. There we go. And then audio. We don't like the strings. We want voices. Actually, we want winds. We want the whistle solo. And this is what I want to record. So I'm going to grab this over here. And I'm going to hit the loop recorder. And we're going to go on the beat. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I don't want to make this too long, so I'm just going to make one other sound, and that's the cowbell. So for this, we just want to change the sound a little bit. And again, they make this more difficult than it needs to be. Select all items within group. Actually, we don't want to do that. We actually want to do something completely differently. So sorry about that. So we want to bring this up. And we actually want to bring out the options, the settings. So right now, it's two-sided. I don't want two-sided for this. So we're going to go to interactions. And we're going to go to one-sided ringers. That makes it one-sided. You see? that makes it easier to hit the cowbell to only make the sound that I want. Okay, so there we go. We got it. So now we just got to record. So how did you do that? Really simple. You go to home, you go to summon, and the loop recorder. You see it was over there. It just comes automatically to us. So now we can do the loop recorder. This is left-handed though. Yeah, I don't like that. So let's say I didn't like that. So delete. And we're gonna have to do this left-handed. Okay, great, perfect. So like I said, the easiest way to do this is just to get a section and then put them all together. So that's how we're gonna do it for right now. The problem with that, well, so this is loop. So we're going to do the loop here. But everything else is not looped. Okay, so let's summon or create a section. Okay, so now we're gonna put this all in our section. This is once, this is once, and then this is looped. Loop-de-loop. It might all be looped, actually. It's okay if it is. Like I said, we can make a sequencer to make it just like how we want. There we go. Obviously, it doesn't sound good. I didn't expect it would. I just wanted to make something quick and dirty for y'all. Okay, so that's been my review for Exa, the Infinite Instrument. Like I said, I do recommend it. I do believe it's in the top tier of the VR music creation apps that you can use. It's the OG one, but it's still really good. Very powerful. You can import your own sounds. You can play around with this for hours. I do wish it had different tools. I didn't find the grab very useful. The locomotion is terrible. But other than that, though, it's pretty solid. And you don't need to be a musical expert. You can just create music. As you can see, I was able to do it. Not very well, but I was able to do it. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. I'm with Oculus Rift Reviews. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.